What is up? We are back, everyone, to part 13 of my Dragon Age The Veilguard walkthrough. Welcome back. What is up? Alright, let's see if anyone wants to talk before we booty bounce out. I guess we could go around and listen to the dialogue.
Rook.
Just Rook, that's it? No one wants to talk? You guys whispering?
Docktown's safe at last.
For another day at least. A week if we're lucky.
There's the old Nev, expecting trouble.
I'm never disappointed.
And never unemployed.
But stopping Aelia, we did good.
Savor it. A hunt that ends well is rare enough.
Okay. Wait, where is Balaria? Oh, Balaria and Harding's this way.
Hi there, boy.
Lace, I'm sorry for what the elves did to the Titans.
But you're not your ancestors, any more than I'm really a Titan. Maybe things would have been better if they hadn't fought. But we don't know that. I'm here now, and you're here now. And the best thing we can do is learn from the past.
I suppose so, but the elven gods were still dirtbags.
Not arguing with that.
Agreed. Alright, in terms of what we're doing next, we're going to complete the rest of these faction quests. Even though I said I was going to do that last video. We were already getting long in the tooth. Alright, let's do this. Something coming. Let's see, let's do Davrin and... Wait, hang on. How... okay, so we're level 9, 10, 9, 9, 8, 8, 9... Jesus, how is Nev at an 8? I mean, we don't have that much left in the game to go. I don't know if we can reach level 10 with everyone. Definitely with Lucanus.
Hey, Antoine, Evka.
I can still hear it. Though it is giving me a headache.
Please be careful.
With the container? It's very sturdy. I tested it.
What? When? And how?
Am I interrupting?
No. Our study of the new blight continues.
We know the gods changed the blight. We think it changed more than they realized, or altered itself after.
It's answering to something other than gods.
You sure you're not underselling the scariness there?
I don't know. We could try again.
And give Rook nightmares?
So what's the blight answering to?
Remember the strange call I heard after the Lavendale battle? It was here in the wetlands.
We think the source is out a ways, towards the redoubt.
I can tell it's something large, rooted. A construct of the blight itself. An eruption controlling the rest. What that could mean. Everything that calls the blight impacts the wardens. We withstand it. But gods, archdemons, it all adds strain.
If the eruption calls the blight, then it could mess with us too. Spark the calling sooner. We'll lose ourselves, along with the wetlands.
Should you have told me all this? About the calling?
First Warden would have said no.
You're our friend. You chase archdemons and fight the Blight. It seems fair you know what this means.
Antoine, you hear stuff in the Blight. More than some of the others. Are you...
Yes. A little sensitive. But it's not calling to me. Not yet. Like everyone else, I'll know when that changes.
So how do I help?
Figured you'd be in. Remember those samples you found when we first arrived? Based on our studies, Antoine made an alchemical flame. It's impressive. It should destroy the eruption.
Theoretically. At least the last batch was stable. Mostly.
But if the eruption's controlling the Blight and it gets attacked, then the Blight around Lavendel might respond.
Yes, its roots are everywhere. And spreading. I can feel them.
These people can't lose their Blight experts. I can go after the eruption.
While we guard against nasty side effects here.
Stay safe. Or as safe as you can.
I've no fear when Evka's at my back.
You've always got me.
The Blight poisons so much. Water, plants, animals, people. Some would call the wetlands dead already. But they're not. It's not too late. Whatever the eruption means for the Wardens, we can leave this place better. It's what we're supposed to do.
We'll take our stand in the sheltered glade. Meet us there when you're done.
All right, let's do it to it.
Trouble ahead.
Oh, where's that third one?
Covenant range. That's my girl. Good hit.
There's definitely something in here. Something wrong.
You're the lead on this. Just tell us when we're close.
Is it like a... I honestly don't know. It is interesting what Efka or Antoine said about, well, maybe the guys didn't expect the Blight to be, you know, like this. I'm curious what this is. Is it its organic nature?
The eruption's on the other side of that barrier.
We'll need to cut off the tendrils to break through. Kill a bunch of dark spots. Got it.
How you like being sucked into the wall? Oh, wrong button.
All right. Better move before more dark spots show up.
There we go. Got it on its way back though. Okay, issue is we need to go up. Isn't this the way towards the cauldron?
Up on the ledge. We can get at the tendrils from there.
A ballista. Could be useful. We're through.
Let's see what's at the heart of this.
Is it another Revenant dragon? Can we call him a Thal's dragon? Hey, Mytho, I know you're arrogant and whatnot, but can you become a dragon again? You know, just stroke that ego. What the hell?
Is that the blight eruption?
That's messed up.
The Darkspawn are protecting it. We need to take them out. Gavin?
I can hear that eruption. The blight's spreading. We need to stop it.
Oh, I didn't know there's blight boils around.
The eruption's not happening. Just keep fighting. We're not falling to it.
Keep going.
We won't give in. I'm good to go again. You have to move.
This is it. Let's get that eruption. All right. We strike and the whole thing goes up.
Go, guys, let's get some distance.
All right, time to destroy this thing.
So that's where all the whispers and whatnot was coming from? What type of creature? I mean, I guess it was the blight, right? Not like a revenant dragon, because, you know, that we saw in the Crossroads, because of whatchamacallit, the gods, the Elvenors, Elganon and Gillenay blighted a dragon and whatnot. It was corrupted. I mean, maybe there was an entity in there. What type of entity would have it been? I wonder. The idea of evil. Look at me coming in with the Berserk references.
You really don't want to fight Darkspawn after everything?
Real talk, when can we get a really good anime adaptation of Berserk? Like, they keep doing the Golden Age arc as like movies and TV shows and whatnot. I mean, we did get Berserk 2016 and 17, but like, man, I feel like Madhouse or Mappa could really do some goodness with that. If done right.
They aren't blighted. Were they dormant?
Maybe. They're beautiful. Much like you.
Ah, Rook. Hi.
We knew when you hit that eruption. The blight around Lavendel reacted. And there was a sound in it. Like nothing we've heard before.
What happened in there? What was it like?
There's some pretty scary things in the Minrathous catacombs, but I've never seen anything like that.
A story for your fellow shadows?
Not sure even the Viper will believe it.
When the eruption was destroyed, some of the bigger tendrils pulled back. The remaining blight won't vanish overnight, but it's a good sign. And this place opened up.
The flowers here, they managed to survive, buried, untouched. They have a chance to return now.
That's incredible. I wasn't expecting flowers.
It's what we're here to do, to make this possible again.
We thought the Grey Warden's purpose would end when the last archdemons died.
And that time's almost here. It's unbelievable.
The Order is those of us left now. When the archdemons fall, some wardens will hang up their swords. Until they're calling, at least.
So the wardens are finished?
No, our numbers may get smaller, but FK and I will be here. Others will stay too.
There's still blight in the world. There's something new calling to it. And to us.
There's blight inside us too. If it changed out there, have we changed as well?
What matters is that if new evils show up, we'll be here to keep them back.
Are you doing okay with all this? Really?
Don't worry, I'm good. I've got everything I need right here.
Me too.
Do you really think something inside you has changed?
It's possible. Or maybe we're the same. But does that mean we'll be the same? You can't sense the blight. But trust us, it feels different. And the sound is changing too.
As for what it means, it's like Antoine said. We don't know yet.
I'm sure you'll be fine, but if there's anything I can do, just say.
Of course. It's good we answered your first letter. And it didn't catch fire.
What?
It may have come close to an explosive, but we all met in the end.
The blight feels relentless most of the time. We see what it does up close.
The world dying, how it spreads. But we keep going.
And look, these flowers can make it back.
They can. You know, you've got flowers and nothing is immediately on fire. I could leave you alone.
Are you trying to set us up on a date?
I think she is.
But we go on dates. Lavendel was named for flowers. They must have been everywhere before. When we get back...
We can stay here a bit longer first.
Oh yes. I thought I heard birds earlier. Maybe we can find them?
The wetlands aren't fully healed.
But some places barely come back at all.
Yeah. Pushing back the blight. It's possible.
Man, I honestly cannot wait to see the ending because we know that... Oh, whoa, hang on. Flowers have returned. That's nice. Which we know, I think, who was it? Was it Solus in the Inquisition or whatever? He was like, or was it this game? I forget. That he was like, even if you kill the last archdemon after the gods from the Elven Noise or whatever, it's not going to stop the blight. Like, we know where the blight comes from. I'm just questioning, like, is there a way to to stop, like, put the, like, stop the blight? All right, let's go back to the lighthouse and see if anyone wants to talk. Plus seeing like the wardens not being, you know, around as much and whatnot. Again, it's kind of like the Witchers. Like, after they were so good at their job of killing all the monsters in the world, the Witchers, they decide to make their own monsters and start hunting them. Which, you know, Grey Warriors kind of always did that because they were blinding their own griffins. Interesting, interesting. What?
So after crossing paths in the deep roads, you kept in touch with Evka and Antoine?
Yeah, we trade letters every few months. One time, Antoine sent a diagram for some kind of automatic door he was developing based on springs. It chimed when it closed, so you wouldn't get stuck. He can be a little unorthodox.
Aren't we all?
Johanna?
Valkarin?
Until we find a suitable method of penance in the necropolis, you're to be confined under the eye of a watcher, lest you slip your bonds.
How magnanimous of you to volunteer.
A challenge for us both.
I thought she died. Wait, does that mean that the Gloom Howler is still alive? Because we technically didn't kill the Gloom Howler. Technically. She was like, I'm sorry about the Griffins, and just lay down.
Elgernon's an asshole. Talking in people's minds, promising them stuff. It's messed up. At least we saved the Dalish. That'll piss him off.
Alright, let's go deal with the Shadow Dragon stuff. Press this button. Go down there and press that button. Yo, our boy Dorian's back.
Quiet about me. I need it.
You spend far too much time here, Dorian.
This is where all my favorite people are. And besides, I have news. And every messenger bird I've met is dreadful at nuance.
The damn Venatori up to no good again?
What else? The cult lost people in Alathan. And leadership has fallen to Knight Commander Lenos. He aims to bring the city to its knees.
But Minrathous is already falling apart.
I know. While the Varantis' attack on the city could have been much worse, the people's fear in the aftermath is palpable.
And the rumors about the Archon are true. He's dead. Assassinated during the Dragon's rampage. The palace has tried to keep the news from spreading until a new Archon steps up.
And no one has?
No one dares. Not with the Venatori circling like vultures. The risen gods are preparing for something big. And for that, they need fear. Chaos.
Wait, didn't I mean, of course we were going to help Minrathous because we're Shadow Dragons, but like, wasn't the whole point, the biggest point was so we can avoid this type of situation? So would the options be different if we didn't help Docktown and decided to help Treviso?
More fear? More chaos? Haven't the Venatori done enough?
Restraint is not exactly their strong point, Rook. Lenos is the key to all of it. First, we stop what he's planning for Minrathous.
And then we find out what the gods are preparing for.
Let's hope it stays that simple. One of Lenos' Venatori associates is often at the Cobbled Swan. Let's see what we can get from him.
We? Dorian, you can't be going yourself.
It's the Swan. Everyone goes to the Swan.
I'll head out right now.
Wait, if I... If I go to the Cobbled Swan, it's gonna activate the quest for the Inquisitor, right?
How well do you know Maevaris?
By reputation, she's been a prominent politician for a long time, and a hero to boot. We don't work together much, but from what I've seen, she's earned the good name.
We probably shouldn't keep Dorian waiting too long.
Is it gonna activate this quest for the Inquisitor? This is gonna be awkward. Oh no, okay, it's one of these. Suck it, Trevelyan.
There's Lenos's associate. According to the shadows watching him, he's nervous and doesn't talk much, but does odd jobs for coin. Interesting, yes? I'll draw him off, you check his belongings, see if you can discover any clues about Lenos's plan.
I feel like there's like no point in me collecting the rest of these caretaker power stuff, because to get to level 10 you need 12,000 and I'm 2,000 away.
Half-eaten stale bread, water flask, muddy socks, and this map. Minrath's targets? That doesn't sound good. The bedroll? It's definitely seen better days. And it's damp. Sleeping out in the rain? Mostly gone, warm. I don't even know what this is. Ale? Looks like he's been nursing it a while. This all sounds like trouble.
What are you poking about in there
Dorian
for?
will want to know.
The others are bartenders, but I'm the mixologist. I don't serve drinks. I build libations. Let me know if you want anything.
All right, calm down, homegirl.
Nothing else?
Hey, I didn't see you rifling through customers' belongings, did I?
This customer might be associated with Venatori. Be careful.
If he's Venatori, he's not like any I've encountered. He comes in when we open, orders one drink, and sits in the corner all day. Then he leaves when we close.
Lenos intends to destroy the city with blight and darkspawn.
Carthus. Nothing like an attack to cause chaos in a city.
You should head there immediately.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, I'm just that damn good.
Get clear.
Can that be worth like 8,000 caretaker points, please?
Understood.
I've got the setup you've been ready. I'll smell on you something.
All right. Let's stop flirting here. We're on a job. Granted, I'd do the same thing if Tash, if they were here. Bam, smoke. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh yeah. Also, thinking back on talking about the Grey Warders again, I knew I would forget to mention something about not dying after killing an archdemon. What's up with that? Is that changing with the blade?
Something big.
Is that like another big change with the blight now? Grey Warders no longer die when killing archdemons? Since the blight is changing?
Watch out. I bet this darkspawn was what tore through the gates.
Now there's a nice shot.
Well done, now. Ready when you are.
More blight in the way.
I mean, we're under, right? Yeah. The catacombs have been blighted.
That did it. We
Think there's enough of them? Well, look at that.
On my second playthrough, how can I not play as a warrior again? Like, come on, the shield is just makes it worth it.
Might be tricky to get out.
At least a dozen people have been lost trying to map this place. Thought I'd mention that.
Can someone mod?
Find the other boil. Find the blight boils. You need to clear the way and keep pushing.
Can someone mod freaking mage and warrior so they can throw shields too? It's just so fun.
We got it. We should be clear.
Shadow dragons? How did you find this place? Venatoris, to me! Do you think you've won? Do you think you can stop the Venatori? Or the risen gods?
I won't give up the city to them. Or to you. Now
the Shadow Dragons have brought nothing but chaos to the city.
At least we're not trying to blight it. We're on fire.
Right, he should die soon.
One less corrupt Templar in Minrathis.
Can't say he'll be missed.
Let's look around, see what we find.
In Treviso, we have a tale of a masked man who lived in the bowels of the city.
Sitting in the sewer and consumed with lust for a noble woman he couldn't have.
You know the story.
We have the same one in Minrathous.
I never heard of this story. Voice crack. Finn Harrell statues.
The Risen God's ritual. That's what the gods in the Venatori are preparing for. These star charts predict an eclipse to make magic stronger.
So that's the play. A ritual performed under an eclipse to strengthen its power.
Lenos's documents. They detail the Venatori's long-term plans, what they want to do to Tevinter. All this, the ritual, the eclipse, and the Venatori plans, we have to bring this to the Shadow Dragons immediately.
We need to tell the Shadow Dragons what we found.
Evil old gods, rituals, waiting for the stars. It's about as Tevinter as blood magic and hubris. Learning about the gods' plans is wonderful, of course. But the lists of magisters you got your hands on, now there's the real gold.
You've looked at it already. Of course you have.
Information on their backers, the ties to illegal slavery. Don't you see what this means?
This is power, May. Imagine becoming Archon and using this against those who've been hurting the people for years.
You, on the throne, Dorian.
Tell me that wouldn't be a splendid way to bring about real change.
The Shadow Dragons have heard that before. After Corypheus, with the Lucerni. We expose corruption and stop slavers, but nothing really changes. What makes you think it'll be different this time?
Surely you're not suggesting we give up entirely. After all, you're still here. The rot in Tevinter is buried deep. We've been digging it out bit by bit, only for it to grow back. But what you've given us allows us to strike at the heart.
So the rot has no chance to return. But how would you use this information exactly?
Dorian wants to use it to crush our enemies by whatever means necessary. I prefer to use it to rally the people. I say we make the information known. Allow the people to see the real justice served. Prove that from now on, we work for them.
We tried that already. Or have you forgotten the Lucerni? I no longer trust that political machine will work in our favor. No. We must get at the root of the problem before they can react. A more forceful approach. Destroy them and their networks utterly.
Swords and spies and blackmail? The devious means you learned in the South? If we go outside the system, we invite everyone else to do the same. No, we have to do this in the open. Show the people of Tevinter that we're here for them.
We're Shadow Dragons. It's right there in the name. You supported this because you knew the system didn't work for the people.
The point was to work in the shadows until we could work in the light. And Rook has brought us what we need.
May, the Imperium's politics burned you once and you still...
Enough. We're not the only ones who have a stake in this. Rook, we're talking about your city. Your Tevinter too. Which strategy do you prefer?
What sort of change are you trying to achieve?
For a start, slavery. Abhorrent. It needs to go no more.
And Tevinter has been ruled by the Altus Mages for all of its history. That must change. The Zoparati, non-mages, deserve a say in their own governance.
And all that's just the beginning of what will undoubtedly be a long journey.
Shouldn't you be on the same side?
We are on the same side. We both know what Tevinter needs. How best to get it, that's the question.
If we went with Dorian's plan, I'd support it fully. But we won't, because he'll come around and realize that I'm right.
And I'd absolutely back you up on that, if you were right, which you aren't.
We'll see.
Will we?
Dorian, are you really suggesting violent revolution?
Not necessarily. Sometimes a mere threat of violence is sufficient.
He learned that from his friends in the South. I hear Ferelden settled a succession crisis with a duel.
It worked. Astoundingly.
We're not Ferelden.
I'm merely saying we need to consider bold and creative methods of achieving our ends. The game is rigged. Why play by rules crooked magisters already exploit? Clear the board and start over. If they're gone, we can fill the magisterium with those who respect the office. Then we'll actually see progress.
Was that a reference to the hero Ferelden and Loghain?
Maevaris, you really believe making this evidence public will work?
Dorian wants to work behind the scenes, but once again, it's the Magisters and Highbloods pulling the Imperium's strings. That doesn't inspire. It's a tactic used by our enemies. We need to show Tevinter that we can be different.
Unless they find some way to bury it? Or leverage their wealth, power, and status as they often have before?
Politics is a long game. If we use force against our enemies, our allies will remember it.
They both make really good points. Really good points.
You want me to choose who will be Archon? Sure, I'm a Shadow Dragon, but there are so many others here.
Then talk to them. Ask what they think. Asher and Tarquin, Nev, Gallus, they're all a part of this, just as you are. We should all be comfortable with whatever course we take.
All right, I'll go do that.
I mean, I already know which one I'm choosing.
So what do you think?
Lenos is gone. We got information about the Venatori's plans, the god's ritual. I'd call that a good day.
I meant about Maevaris and Dorian. We all want change. Who will be more effective in getting it?
Oh, that. You're dragging me into it?
You're the famous detective. What's the right call?
This isn't a murder.
Politics is murder. Isn't that what they always say?
Maevaris Talani has been in this game for decades. She's dedicated and ruthless when she needs to be. Dorian Parvis is a wild card. Flashy and inventive, he'll keep his enemies on their toes. But if you're asking me, I'd go with Maevaris. She'll inspire people, show them that the Magisterium can be better than it is. Right now, after the gods and everything else, that's what this city needs. What we all need.
Thanks, Nev. That helps.
That's what I'm here for.
Like I said, I already know which one I'm going with, Maevaris. I just want to get other people's opinions. Not that it matters.
Grand news about Lenos. One less crooked Templar in town.
The city will be better off with him gone.
We can hope.
Lenos made my life miserable. Rana's too.
I hear he started out different. Maybe he once cared about something other than gold. But I didn't know that, Lenos. And I'm not going to mourn the one I did. Still, I'll thank the bastard for writing everything down. And delivering it to us all neat.
Dorian and Maevaris still have to decide what to do with everything we got from Lenos.
They both make good points. I just want what's best for our city and its people.
I suspect this decision will determine Tevinter's path for years to come.
Then Dorian's way is my choice. He knows you don't stop to talk when you find a hole in the enemy's defenses.
Dorian is a brash rebel.
And Maevaris too much of a romantic.
I think the people will appreciate Maevaris returning as the leader they've always wanted to see.
No. They'll appreciate their lives actually changing for the better.
What do you think might happen, depending on who leads?
With May, she gets power back again. Gets one more shot at changing Tevinter from the top down. Worst that could happen is nothing. But that's what you risk when all you rely on is hope. But with Dorian...
We could get chaos, strife. Things might get harder before they get easier. If they get easier.
I'll take my chances.
What if we pick the wrong person?
They both care. They'll both try their best. There is no wrong person. With your help, we've come further than we have in years. Change isn't a straight line. All that matters is that we keep moving.
And that's just fancy talk for thanks, Rook. You did good.
Both make great points, but we're going with Maevaris. Who's she? Antiman Crow? Yo, what's with this outfit? Can I get this outfit?
Maker. A full quarter of the Magisterium supporting a cult. Bending the knee to these risen old gods just for a taste of more power. Can they not see they're only tools for the gods? So they can destroy the world?
Demanding intelligence, rationality, and self-awareness from our peers. You ask too much, Maevaris.
Look at me. Such a fool.
Ah, it's Rook. You spoke with the others.
What do you think? Who should be leading the charge from here on?
What happens after it's decided who will lead?
Well, Lenos is gone, the cult's numbers are down, and they're scrambling to prepare for the god's ritual. They'll be distracted. It's a perfect opportunity to get our preparations in order.
All plans contingent on surviving the current disaster, of course.
I hope this signals the start of the change we've worked toward.
The start of the change, as you say. Things won't be different overnight.
But we'll keep fighting, because we have to, because there's no other way.
And with you and everyone here, we'll get there. We'll win. Keep believing, Rook.
Maevaris should lead.
I will not squander the opportunity. That is my promise to you all.
And May will have my full support, of course. For when enemies get in our way.
They will. It is Tevinter, after all.
The risen gods are still causing chaos. The people will need your voice to keep them fighting.
Oh, they will fight. This city has strength enough to stand against any so-called gods. We will win the day, and after that, we will win a brighter Tevinter for all of us.
We'll see. All right, let's booty bounce out and go talk to, or let's see if anyone wants to talk to the lighthouse. If not, then we'll go do the For the Love of Treviso.
Do a lot of elven ruins float like that? I've never seen anything like it. And I've been all around Thedas, several times.
Not until recently, Solus changed something with this ritual. I know an elf who camped in some ruins, woke up and found that they'd ended up in the clouds.
How'd they get down?
Oh, they haven't. Too far up, but we send them food and water.
Ah, thank you for that new nightmare.
Nev, do you have a favorite food?
Whatever you're cooking.
There must be something.
I might have a weakness for seafood and candlelight.
I'll see what I can do.
Bro, you should know this. She talks nothing about, like, she loves coffee and fried fish. A great mix, by the way. Granted, never had it myself, coffee and fried fish. Someone tells me I might get an upset tummy.
Rook stopped the Anton. Took down their comic maker. She did your job for you. She's a hero.
Just a meddling busybody. Where was Rook when the dragon attacked our city?
I can't believe you're defending them.
I am not defending anyone, Jacobus.
You're letting them be a part of this? My cousin died because the governor didn't stop the Antam from taking over.
Jacobus?
I'm fine. But I'm not going to be a part of this.
Well, now that that unpleasantness is dealt with, about your mysterious informant.
Whoever they are, they know the Antam and Treviso.
Your message made it sound like this informant also knows where the gods are staging their ritual.
Treviso does not need this troublemaker. This should be left to proper officials.
It very much concerns Rook. We have a contact who offers access to the Butcher and privileged information on the gods.
A chance to find your gods and to free the city. A prize for both our causes.
Both are important. Strong with the crows, strong against the gods.
Someone else seems to think so. The contact knows the city and the Antam.
How do you know it's for real?
They gave us patrol patterns. Dreadnought arrivals. Their information is real.
And you didn't share this with me?
People in this city continue to sicken and die. Do you not have other more pressing matters to attend to?
So where are we meeting?
Near the field hospital, where the market used to be.
And they asked for me, not you or Viago.
Even with what happened to Treviso, your fight against the gods is spoken of by many. You have respect, and no small admiration.
From who, though? That's the question.
There's really no clue who it is?
They're foolish enough to think crows are reliable. That's a clue about their worth.
They promise help.
So do you when you're not killing each other. Treviso deserves better.
It's getting the best.
That has yet to be proven.
Hypothetically, what if I'm walking into an ambush?
I would prepare for one.
Not everything is an adder in the wardrobe.
I said to prepare. I didn't say not to go.
What about the human help the Amtam was getting? You have any leads on that?
We continue what you started. The other Talons are turning over every stone.
You trust them? Not even your first Talon is safe from your infighting.
We are all Antivan crows.
And yet those of us sworn to Treviso are beneath you.
I'll talk with this mystery contact.
And the rest of us will hope not to get caught in your crossfire again.
If we can remove the Butcher and weaken the Antam, then perhaps Treviso can start to heal from the Blight. With luck, this informant is our key to that. Find them, Rook. Hear what they have to say. Our informant is near the field hospital, Rook.
They said you'd know them on sight.
Remember, there are injured people there. Don't damage anything.
I know them from on site. Who could that be? Morgan? That wouldn't make sense. Morgan would tell me if it's her. We'll know them from sight. It's not the Inquisitor.
Sounds like a trap.
We're fighting gods with the crows. I'm curious who would try to trap us. If our informant actually knows where Elbernon and Gillenane are performing their next ritual, it's worth the risk.
I need to go through my notes later. See what the shadows might find useful.
Need company?
No. But I'd love yours all the same.
Then I'm yours.
I wonder who could it be? Hawk returns. That would be something. Why they have these speech bubbles around NPCs? You can't even interact with them. Same thing with Minrathas. Other than giving people coin.
Okay, Viago and Taya said our informant is somewhere in the market. Let's find them. I just hope their supposed information about the god's location is actually true.
Why not a hardcore savey save? Look at that 58 saves. You go, Baytuh.
Rook, I presume.
The Butcher.
There's no need for that. Treviso is the trap, not this meeting. Please. So tense. I promise I'll signal when it's time to fight.
Strange way to ambush someone.
I don't have to ambush anyone. You think I couldn't just march on the crows? Scattered on town flock to me. I have the soldiers to raise your casino and every inch of this city.
But I'll bet there's no profit in actually winning.
There's money being made by the occupation, but not by me. I said Treviso was the trap, and I meant it. The jewel of Antiva. She sings even while caged. Such purity in every stone. It's trapped my heart. I love this city.
You expect me to believe the Butcher of Treviso?
I butcher lying cattle. They don't deserve what they have. You know there are traitors here. They ransom their own city. Literal gods stalk the land, but these filth worship their own purses. But you're different. You and the crows stay true to your roles. It means something when you die, and even more when you kill. You're as much a work of art as this city. And you want a secret from me.
If you really do love this city, you'll tell me where the gods are holding the ritual.
The gods, they give strength. But all they ask in return is everything. I can feel their corruption. I can hear their whispers. They're calling for a ritual. If I give in, I'll know where you need to go. But I will lose my jewel. My city! So... you live in a casino. Let us make a game of this. I will become what the gods want. Welcome their whispers. Meet me and show me if the crows deserve my city.
The Butcher was our contact, and he's letting himself fall to the Blight? Finish them off. We need to go after the Butcher. So the Butcher wants us to prove we're worthy of saving Treviso? That's what's happening?
He's given in to the gods' corruption.
Well, I was expecting that. And here I was thinking it was someone from previous Dragon Age games. What? We've already had like 4 or 5 people show up.
Everyone's acting like normal. Like the butcher hasn't gone nuts.
Who would believe it?
Safer to keep your head down, I guess.
I wait among the drowned. God's gnawing my mind. I see what you need.
See?
Ruth, you deserve it.
Hear the shift in his voice? He's changing.
My city, my Treviso. Will not abandon you to the traitors who gave you to me.
There's the butcher. He's a reaver and fighting his own Antom.
That thing cannot answer questions.
We have to hope he's still in there.
Get ready.
I see you, Rook, and I see the ritual. Match me, fight me, win this city! This is the power the gods give!
Butcher, where's the ritual?
I know ritual! I see Tearstone Island! The ritual! Tearstone Island!
He's gone. And he named the ritual site, Tearstone Island.
The butcher kept his word.
If I could have killed him without giving him what he wanted, I would have. At least he gave us what we came for, though.
Yes, truly the Butcher was a paragon of honor and virtue, and we are all devastated to see him go.
Eventually.
And now you have a location for your final pointless confrontation. The gods are at Tearstone Island. Isn't that what you wanted? A chance to die a hero's death? So go. Leave Treviso to those who deserve it. What's left of it, anyways.
You gutless traitor. You weren't powerless against the Butcher, you were working with him.
I don't expect you to understand this, but sometimes governance means not showing your entire hand.
You sold Treviso out to the Antom.
I did what I did to help this city, to save it, to keep my people from being slaughtered like cattle by the Antom. And you let us suffer and sicken in favor of Minrathous. I gave up the crows, you gave up the whole city. Treviso is dying, Rook, and its killer wears your face.
Sometimes there's no good choice left. Just a bunch of different bad ones. A leader owns the consequences of that choice, no matter what they are. What if Treviso's people could have fought back, could have rallied to the city's defense? But the Antom kept them weak, let them die. That happened because of a choice you made. I live with the consequences of my decisions. Can you say the same?
You live with nothing, Rook! You have the luxury of distraction, of defining all your actions by the greater good. So take your team to Tearstone Island. Face Elgernon and Gillenane, strike them down. Or don't. Either way, Treviso is dying. But it's still mine. Leave its funerary rites to one who cared enough about this city to make themselves its villain.
It makes sense now. Every decision they made shows it.
The governor betrayed us all. And for what? A city that is sick, and whose recovery will be measured in years.
I take it you heard? The Butcher's dead.
And in his place is the traitor we knew was lurking. And the Antam fell in line?
Whatever the Antam are looking for, Evenchi's giving it to them.
The Blight changes things. Even the Antam fear it. The governor has given them a clear purpose. They were more cunning than I thought.
If only we'd figured out it was Evenchi before all this started.
I wish the same. But regret does neither of us good.
We knew someone had delivered Treviso to the butcher. You brought us their name.
The hand that leashed Treviso. The butcher was the mouth, but the hand was Evenchi all along. They think they have the power in the Antam, and a network doing their will.
But we have the face of our enemy.
Evenchi will be hiding, so we will hound their Antam and make them desperate.
When the governors show themselves again, we end this.
You're not concerned the gods will send the Antam more support?
The gods might come for us, but they're coming for everyone. I believe you are crafting the answer to that, and we will help as we can.
When Evenchi left, they made it sound like they were planning something.
I suspect it will be about restoring order as they see it, and that the crows will be first on their list.
Whatever the good governor's intent, we'll end it.
Evenchi keeps talking about restoring order and rebuilding Treviso. But what then?
I believe the good governor's plan was to risk the city to try and claim the nation. If the Antam beheaded the crows, who would merchant princes hire? Who would invaders fear?
As if the Antam would fill that role. This was a bookkeeper's angry grab at power.
We'll stop Evenchi.
The gods. Did you learn where they will be?
Tearstone Island. Evenchi confirmed it before they left.
We know the time to face Elgar'nan and Gillenane approaches, but it will not take us long to find Evenchi.
If you truly want to help Treviso recover from the Blight, help us deal with the governor.
We'll let you know when we'll make our move. And after that, Treviso will be free.
Oh, still not gonna be enough to get us to. Man, I should have ranked up that freaking merchant. Second playthrough, won't forget it. Hey, let's go back to the lighthouse, see if anyone wants to talk. If not, then we'll go talk to the Inquisitor. It seems like we have a quest and Lucanus wants to talk. That was fast. Oh, Nev wants to talk too.
Up for a trip to the Cobbled Swan?
Why? What's happening?
Nothing that I know of. With Aelia taken care of, I thought we'd check in. Maybe enjoy the Swan for once?
Hey, Lara. You okay? You look sad.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking about my brother.
Yeah. Sometimes I see stuff that reminds me of my mother.
What do you do? When it hits you, I mean.
I don't know. I ask someone how they're doing. Then I'm thinking about them and not me.
Oh. I'm sorry, Tosh.
Nah. That's a good hurt. Mostly.
Spike will not stop demanding revenge for Treviso. Is there any more we can do?
I mean, we could take him on with us, but that's about it. Let's go to the Cobbled Swan.
Thought the cart was done when the Venatori grabbed me. You did a good job polishing her up.
I was happy to help. Besides, Nev might starve without your cart.
Yeah, well, free fish next time. You too, Gallus.
Sure, Hal. Rana, I've got someone for you to meet.
Right. I'm almost finished here.
Good reading? And here I thought you'd be working our cases.
I got a tip on a red lyrium smuggler who leaves coded messages in the paper. I placed a coded ad pretending to be a buyer. If the smuggler took the bait, I'll know where he's trading the goods.
Anything I can do to help?
Cooperative. Are you sure you're Nev's friend?
All right. What are we after?
We're looking for the phrase Virantium brandy.
Got it. Hold on. What's this? Nev, Gallus, and Rana Savas, investigators?
Right. That. I may have paid for another small advertisement.
You what?
If we want to help people, they need an easier way to find us. It's approachable.
I regret this already.
Docktown couldn't ask for better protectors.
Oh, it could, but we're all right.
There. Virantium brandy. I know where to stop the red lyrium deal. This one, anyway.
Good catch. You might work out after all. Still, I'd prefer you have backup when you need it. And if I'm not around... Rana, meet the Viper. I put in a word for you.
The Viper? You're real? Wait, a word? For what?
Come. It's time you met the Shadow Dragons.
Are you Nev Gallus?
How did you...
I saw your advertisement. I need your help.
Then you're in the right place.
Menrathis calls, we answer.
Cross your fingers it's not for nothing.
It won't be.
Have a seat. I'm guessing you've got a story.
Oh, that's cool. I still wish their tarot cards would change. All right, let's go back to the lighthouse, see if anyone wants to talk. If not, then we'll do the Treviso mission.
It worked. The crows have harried the Antam, and Evenchi is revealed. But I did not think this is what they planned.
It is bold, and it will doom us all. Rook, good. We have discovered what Evenchi is planning for Treviso. When you fought the Kamek Master in the garrison, you mentioned a note you found that said some Kamek had gone missing.
We have discovered who stole it.
Evenchi.
The governor intends to release it all around the city to pacify violent seditionists.
They called us reckless, and now Now Evenchi will ruin the minds of thousands in this city to have their peace and order.
Who is Evenchi planning to poison with the comic? Aside from the crows.
People who have spoken up too loudly against the Antam.
Anyone too friendly with the crows. I doubt Evenchi is familiar with poisons. I guarantee the comic will spread to the rest of the city as well.
Destroying your own people's minds. How could Evenchi do this?
By telling themselves there is nothing else to be done.
After the dragon attack, and then the blight, the governor is a coward who has given up on Treviso.
Better to poison the last of it themselves than let anyone else solve these things.
It is finally time to strike. Go to the garrison and prevent Evenchi from releasing the comic.
Once you are there, Thea and I will lead the crows against the rest of Evenchi's forces in the city.
Understood.
There is something else. Jacobus stormed off earlier. He did not look well.
Look out for him, would you?
Of course. We'll head to the garrison.
Do you think Evenchi would target the field hospital?
It's very clear that Jacobus is blighted. Because that was it's the same son as that one guy from the Antiva Crows that we were doing missions for.
On to the garrison and the governor.
Is it getting brighter in Antiva or Treviso? Looks like the date's changing.
We cleared the garrison this time. Evenchi's got to know there's no way out for a traitor.
Look! Intruder! Calm down. We can escape across the roofs.
Lucky shot. Courtyard's full of darkspawn.
That explains why Evenchi's Antam were trying to run. Evenchi's blighted?
Evenchi! Traitor!
Wait, Jacobus?
See, I knew he was blighted.
Okay, now for Evenchi.
I will see you dead if it's the last.
All of them. Something's wrong. Something in the air.
Wait, are these Antam real?
I see the comic is working.
Well, I'll do something.
Oh, balls.
I've got the setup, you do the rest.
I told you what! It won't end any differently.
It's nothing.
Why don't you die? Why don't you give up?
Nice move, bro.
All set.
If that damned dark spawn at the gates hadn't scratched me, blighted me, if you hadn't interfered,
it wouldn't have made a difference.
Neither will my death. My comet could have helped stabilize the city. But it's still blighted, dying. Nothing can save Treviso now.
The crows, the citizens helping each other through the dragon and the blight. They're already taking care of each other.
It won't last.
I think it can. And so do the crows. You say you did all this for Treviso, Ivenchi, to protect it, but you never really believed in it.
What would you know about the city I love?
If Rook hadn't stopped the governor in time.
None of that. It is time to celebrate a victory.
Rook! I should have wine. We should toast you.
Ivenchi is dead. The comic is being disposed of. All thanks to you.
The garrison's a mess.
Details.
The Antam remain, though with Ivenchi gone, I think we will be able to persuade them to move on in the coming months.
People are being moved to safer areas outside the Blight. Crows have time now to patrol for Darkspawn.
It will take years, but we can plan for Treviso's future now that it has one.
Treviso would have fallen long ago if it really didn't have a chance.
I'm not so sure. A city is only as healthy as those who care for it.
You never gave up, Rook. We will repay that in full. But life is so dull if all we talk about are responsibilities. It is time to celebrate.
For our victory.
For Treviso's freedom.
For the crows.
What an excellent idea. Viago, dear, you mentioned something about getting us drinks?
I think we've done what we can for Treviso. We've shown everyone you can stand against the Antam and the Blight.
Oh my god, no! We're literally an inch away. If I upgraded the merchant just once, we're literally an inch away. God, Jesus. Oh my god. We're so close. I might have to, oh god, Jesus. Like, oh man, we're so freaking close to excellent. Next time, baby, I'm gonna upgrade all of them. So close to excellent with the Antiva Crows. If I would have just upgraded the merchant once, that's it, just once. Lucanus, what's your bitch ass want? I'm just kidding. Oh yeah, we still haven't got his hero of the Veilguard thing yet.
Lucanus?
He looks just like me. Spite, I mean, when he manifests.
That makes sense, doesn't it? What's on your mind?
I've been thinking. Treviso is as safe as we can make it. So, when my contract to you is fulfilled, Spite and I will go our separate ways. Literally, I'm going to seek out a way to separate us, wherever that takes me.
What was it Nev said? That killing the demon in the Fade could do it?
Could. She says there are no guarantees. Besides, our circumstances are unique.
Because you and Spite were forced together?
And because I pay my debts, even to him.
If you could find a way, imagine what it could change. It would give hope to so many people.
I must start with one person. From what we've seen, changing the world is better done by degrees.
You sound like you've still got some doubts.
Being possessed. It's not like separating oil and water. Each element permanently infuses the other. Spite wears my face, uses my skills. I know I've grown stronger. So, say I cast out Spite with all he's learned from me. What then? What if I free myself, but unleash a true demon of Virantium?
A demon who's worked in a team, saved people, and made friends.
He'd lose them if I cast him out.
You keep saying that, like you'd miss him.
He's been part of me. He'd be alone.
Spite will only be alone if he chooses to be. But you can't control that. All you can do is trust that you're making the right call. For both of you.
I know. But from someone else, it's easier to believe. And it's easier to see a future I can live with when this is done. To strike hardest, one must aim beyond the target. Let's end it, Rook. You and I and Spite, and all the fury we can muster.
Blood ties. Blood runs thicker than wine, but it matters little when families so easily betrays each other. House the Monte will survive all. Wait, I got plus 300. Did that give me? Oh my god! Yes! Barely got me over, baby. Sorry, I didn't mean to scream into the microphone. Sorry, Cassie, I didn't mean. Oh, Cassie, she don't care. She busy clawing up my bed right now. Well, there goes my second playthrough. I'm just playing.
Abundance.
So it's basically like, so my guess is if we chose to save Treviso over Memnathis, we would be able to get Lucanus to be all about family ties and whatnot. But the thing is, Nev would all be about being the shadow protector that Memnathis needs or Dogtown needs. And now since we did the opposite with Treviso, I mean, I'm fine with it. That's definitely a look. This is what happens when you have to harden your allies and whatnot, or, I mean... Alright, let me go to the crossroads, come back to see if anyone wants to talk. If not, then we'll go talk to Inquisitor.
So, you and Lucanus? Nice.
I've got the feeling I missed something.
Adari. I have a really good sense of smell.
Well, that's...
Don't worry, he's into you too.
And isn't that something?
I thought you were going to threaten me if I heard Nev.
Sorry?
Before, when you asked if we were seeing each other.
Oh, definitely not. Nev could wipe the floor with you if she had to. So no need for me to threaten you too.
True.
How many of these dead Titans underground are we talking?
Many. I don't know exactly. Why?
I knew some older wardens that said they'd seen parts of them in the deep roads, but no one was really sure.
They look like part of the rock. It's hard to see unless you know what you're looking for.
Which is...
I don't know. I just know it feels different.
Fair enough. Grey Wardens go through the same thing sensing Darkspawn.
How long did it take you to get used to it?
I never did.
Was this your ultimate goal? All that death and destruction in order to rule the capital?
It would have been magnificent. Navarra, bowing to a leader who'd make use of its greatest works.
Your enormous bone construct would have destroyed half of Navarra City.
Well, there would have to have been some rebuilding before progress could begin.
Alright, time to go see Lord Trevelyan. That'd be funny if Morgan was like, hey, I bought the Inquisitor, here's Hawk and Hero for Elden. Let's do this. One of these days, we're going to get that Dragon Age game. It's going to be magnificent. What one can dream.
These meetings can't be good for business. I'm here, Inquisitor. It isn't just Inquisitor, is it? You were someone before that.
I'm a Trevelyan. Feels like someone I haven't seen for a long time. Morrigan is holding a perimeter. We're alone. Tell me what Solus did at Elgernon's ritual.
Sounds like you already know.
I need to hear it from you.
Elgernon raised his archdemon. Solus got us out of there. We saved a lot of people.
You sound grateful.
Why not? He really did help.
It seems so. He's always thinking about where it ends. How many of his names do you know? God of Lies, Dreadwolf, Fen-Harel. They're titles he earned from enemies, followers, and fractured history. I once called him by another name. Friend.
Some friend.
Do you always agree with your friends?
We're pretty aligned on whether or not to destroy the world, if that's what you mean.
I will never excuse what he's done. He's killed people I held dear. You know this too.
But...
He became those names when he fought gods, and regret for his world turned into destroying ours. Sound familiar?
You're making us sound like Solus. That's uncomfortable.
We are not like our enemy. They're making us do this.
Simple as one of Varric's morals. Don't become what you hate.
Or trapped by what we've lost. Also one of his. Tell me about the team you've built.
Are they a concern, or...?
You're handling things. This part, what you have now. I just miss the banter about friends.
I need to get the team around the table and talk about what's next.
I really miss the Inquisitor. I really do. Even though we just got done playing Dragon Age Inquisition not that long ago, like a few months ago, but still. I don't know. Wait, does the Black Emporium have like new stuff?
Tearstone Island. That's where Elganon and Gillenane will perform their ritual.
With an eclipse, those two can finish their dagger, then tear open the Fade. After that, we've witnessed the horrors Gillenane creates with even a trickle of the Blight. What happens with a flood?
Next eclipse is a month away. That's not a lot of time.
Getting past the Antom Navy won't be easy. They'll be on high alert.
We'd need our own fleet to get past them, which we don't have.
A dozen ships, a dozen fleets. Would that really change the odds against Elgernon and Gillenane? By all rights, we should already be counted out of this fight. Well, look at us. We've made it this far. No one quits.
Damn right, kid.
A single boat can sneak past a blockade. We just need to find something that floats.
The Antam fleet may not spot us, but the gods see much farther.
Worse, they know about us specifically. They'll be waiting.
Let's make sure there's too many distractions for them to spot us.
Sounds like you have a plan.
Harding, reach out to our allies. Wardens, Veil Jumpers, all of them. Tell them to be ready to start swinging. We start enough fires, make some noise, and the gods will look everywhere for us. Except at their front door.
You've helped our allies, Rook. They're ready to return the favor.
That takes care of the approach. But what about when we get there? We'll have two gods waiting. Who knows how many Antom? We'll need to be at our best. Question is, we there yet?
We are ready as we'll ever be.
I'll send off messages to our allies. They'll be ready.
For something like this, we'll need everyone we know. Would Morrigan help? Could Morrigan help?
The world's ending. That's when Morrigan does her best work.
Great. Tell Morrigan the plan. See if the Inquisitor's willing to help us. I know he's busy leading the fight in the south, but he knows this blight won't end until the gods are dead. I hear that we're as ready as we'll ever be, but we can always be more prepared. Weeks until the next eclipse gives us time. Let's use it wisely.
Agreed.
Get some rest. Then we'll take care of outstanding business.
Wait, why would they disapprove of that? That's a good thing to do.
I want to do something special with the tablet. Display it or something. To honor it. Honor her.
Still can't believe Solus helped us. I'll be thinking about that for a while.
If I'd been faster, quicker with the dagger at Weishaupt, Gillenane would be dead now.
I was there, Lucanus. I saw it myself. From one professional to another, you did everything you could.
I missed the target.
You also pulled off the most incredible acrobatic assassination attempt I've ever seen.
Well, if you're going to kill, do it in style. Just remember the killing part.
Next time.
Arlathan went... Well, we got the Dalish out. We got out. But something bad is waiting for us. I can feel it.
Tell me if I'm prying, Harding, but do you feel any remnant of the Titan's shade?
Oh, no. Well, maybe. Yes? It's complicated.
Would you care to talk about it?
I think the Shade was a splinter of the Titans that recognized me as home. She brought the horrors of our past. But the anger was mine. And now I know and feel things I didn't before.
But not as a separate entity.
Exactly. And hey, thanks for asking.
All right. Wait, Manfred's is in Emmerich's room without Emmerich? That's curious. We're at the point of no return mission right now, so just checking in, doing some things.
Yes, yes, we've been through this. How articulate.
Homie's getting there. Alrighty, everyone. Actually, no, first let me go to the crossroads and come back to see if anyone wants to talk. All right, we're good. All right, everyone, I'm going to end the video right here. Thank you all for watching this. If you guys could please leave a like. If you guys like what you saw, please subscribe. Like what you saw. Please subscribe for more content. It helps out this channel a lot. When you do subscribe, make sure you hit that little notification bell. Turn those notifications on. Set them to all so you don't miss out on anything I post to this channel. Share my channel, my videos to all your friends, families, cats, and dogs, and whoever who knows. And you guys can all follow me on Twitter at Baytuh, Baytuh. Same thing with Blue Sky as well. If you want to support me even further, you do so by donating to my Patreon, PayPal, YouTube, Super Thanks, leave a tip, or becoming a YouTube member on my channel. All of those links are in the description down below, and there's a pinned comment in the comment section down below as well. With all that being said, I will see you guys later.